Welcome to my Terry Talk, where we talk about retirement. Today in particular, how much does it cost to be retired? We just got our updated insurance totals for next month. Somebody's turning 65 next month, and somebody's 2 years younger. We'll get to the insurance cost in a minute, and it's a whole lot more than we expected. First thing I'll say, most things are pretty affordable for us in retirement. You know, we planned on this for years, but I gotta say, we don't have the $10 million like everybody hopes they're gonna have. Does anybody? I mean, that's cool if you do. When we bought our house, gosh, is it 5 years ago? 4 years ago. We got in right when the interest rates were starting to shoot up again. We lucked out, we're here forever, this is where we're staying. So that part, you know, room and board is pretty cheap for us. It's a total fixer-upper, and we're still fixing her up, and it's going to be forever. But you know what? We're here. Our car is paid off. It's been paid off. I got old Bessie in Atlanta in 2011. It's a Toyota, and she's going to keep going, and that's why I got her, because she will be lasting for years and years and years. My goal is to get to the 300,000 miles that I see a lot of people get. We're nowhere near there. In fact, we didn't turn over 100,000 miles till we moved here. Bessie was there with us in Atlanta, where I drove more than 52 miles round trip every day for several years. And we moved to Chicago. Doug traveled all the time, so he was always on a plane. I walked to work. It was less than a mile. I walked everywhere. As a matter of fact, I walked to the doctor. I'd walk to my hairdresser. If it was like 2 miles one way, that was well within my range. So I walked all over the place. We put on, let's see, in the 6 years we lived in Chicago, I think we put on 8,000 miles? I don't know. It was crazy. It was nothing. It was mostly parked in the covered garage. Chicago, you need covered parking. And being that the car's paid off, we do way less driving here. As a matter of fact, don't drive. I could, but Doug does all the driving. He goes to the post office for our little side hustle business. And I don't just pop in the car and head on down to the craft shop to hang out with the girls. It's just not what we do out here. There's no need for office attire. Therefore, there's no need for dry cleaning. And I will tell you, dry cleaning out here is pricey. Many things are more expensive here. Whatever, we're fine with that. We have adjusted, it's fine. But dry cleaning in particular, everything has to be shipped over. The chemicals, of course, and a lot of the specialized machinery. There are very few dry cleaners out here compared to on the mainland. In fact, in Chicago, we lived in a high-rise, and there was a dry cleaner that you could get to with the door in the lobby of my building. So, you know, that was pretty convenient. I sold all those clothes that needed dry cleaning. I don't need them anymore. That's right here. This is vintage used, by the way. And speaking of no office attire, I don't need any more makeup. Now, some of you may disagree, and I don't care. I don't want to wear makeup anymore. I got to where I was wearing less and less over the years, and it was down to a basic routine, but I still would be refreshing all that stuff every couple of months, so there was a budget for that. I don't need that stuff. It's rare that we dine out. If we ever do anything, it might be a takeout special, you know, let's do it today. Like the other week, we got Randy's Huli chicken because it was open one of the 2 days a week down the road. And by the down the road, I'm like about 25 minutes away. And when we go to town, we take snacks with us. We take leftovers, we take fruit. We're not going to eat out. With all the fresh ingredients we can get here and what we're trying to do in our yard too, there's really no reason for us to go out. Doug is such an amazing cook. That is something he absolutely loves to do. And now that we're retired, he has the time to do that. He can create however he likes. And I am the happy recipient of said creations. So we saved there. For our other food costs, Costco, come on. Costco is our hero. We do shop a couple of little local stores from time to time when you need something that is a little more readily available than going to town. And we go to town about once a week or so because it's a good 55 minutes to an hour drive. It's about 30 miles. So we like to make that worthwhile. You don't want to just run to town to pick up a pack of crackers. It's true. A lot of food is more expensive here. A couple of years ago, I had heard something like 75% of the food is imported. It's more like 85 to 90. I read recent statistics. The climate is amazing here, and you can grow so many different things. The government is encouraging more local farming, and they have grants and things like that. And I hope they do, because I would much rather eat food that was grown and raised on the island. It would bring the cost down a little bit, but also, more importantly to me, even if it's the same cost, it would be funding our neighbors, and that to me is extremely important. Keep the business on the island and keep the culture going out here. And the funny thing, I've always heard people say, but food is so expensive, and milk is $10 a gallon. Okay, milk is $10 a gallon if you go to the top of the road to Hana. I mean, they have to go down the hill to get it and bring it back up. It's not real cheap, but it's better price at Costco, I'm telling you. And you know what? If you need a frothy coffee, you can afford to get a little bit of dairy. Before retiring here, we traveled a lot. We moved from Atlanta to Chicago, and so our family, some of the kids are still in Atlanta, but we had some, on opposite ends of the mainland. We flew everywhere. We traveled a lot. We went to London for a concert. We flew across the country for concerts. We visited friends. We had fun. And we absolutely loved it. But now, believe it or not, we don't really have any desire to travel. We live in paradise, so what's the need to go anywhere else? I will say, I want to put it right out there, I still would like to go to Alaska and Australia. So, if an airline wants to hit me up with some tickets, I'll be glad to go and send pictures back for you. But honestly, whenever we have left here, and it's been 2 years, we get island fever in that we can't wait to get back. We love visiting our family and friends, but really that's the only pull there. It makes it very affordable here. We don't spend money on travel. But more recently, I will tell you the one thing that is getting more expensive in our retired life, and that is health insurance. I'm sure nobody's heard anything about those costs going up recently. Like I said, I'm turning 65 next month. Hey, and you know what? It's only a number to me. It doesn't bother me. Your body, however, knows that you are 65 and you're going to be older one day. So, Doug just signed me up for the Medicare plan that is best for us. I get to keep my same health system that I was in. It's going to be about $220-something a month just for me. So our insurance previous to this was, I think, like $171 a month for two. So Doug signed up for himself, and now that he's not part of a couple, his is over $200 as well. We're going to be paying just under $450 a month for our health insurance. And trust me, the deductibles are high, but you got to have insurance. This is very topical for all the people learning now exactly how much more their insurance is going to cost. I am right there with you. This is more than double what we were used to paying for the last several years. So I guess now in retirement, I can't get a job at McDonald's. There's not one nearby. I got a little side hustle, but it's already making up the difference for us. Do I need to have a bake sale every month? $200 brownies for sale. Just let me know how many you need. I'll start doing those right away. And I know some regular non-retired folks whose insurance has gone up even more and who's not even getting insurance. So that's not a good situation, but I'm going to stop with that talk right now. I will tell you though, all the areas we saved, except for the insurance cost, our retirement is well within the affordable range. It's exactly what we need. It is worth every penny of what we don't make in our big important jobs anymore in the real world. I have enjoyed it. It's taken time to get to where I can say, yeah, I'm retired. I don't need to do the hustle and bustle like I did before. It works. We're always going to make it work. And for us, retirement isn't that expensive, except for that damn insurance cost. Thank you again for coming to my Terry Talk. Hope to see you again.